All right, still have about a minute to go here. We will be joining you live in just a second. Now, you should be able to hear me on Facebook. We're getting close to hearing me on YouTube, I guess. I'm not really sure why this isn't going. And then Roku, all the other spaces. If you normally watch Ashley on any of those spots, you should be able to hear that now. So, okay here. There we go. Okay, now we've got video over to YouTube, and it is right at 11 a.m. Boy, I couldn't have timed that more perfectly if I had tried. And so, hi there, I'm Steve Horstmeyer, Chief Meteorologist here at Fox 19 Now. The weather computer, I've got to restart that. That takes just a second, and we will be going live here with a beautiful forecast for a beautiful day. And again, if you typically watch Ashley Smith on the Saturday and Sunday 11 a.m. shows, she's on vacation, and she will be back with us next week. So take a look at this. This is our live tower cam shot. That is in South Fairmont, looking southeast over the city. You can still see some high cloud cover out that way. But I tell you what, the big difference is going to be the humidity here. Now looking toward the west-northwest from Turfway Park, look at that blue sky. The temperature at the International Airport, which is right next door there, by the way, 78 degrees, but the big difference is going to be what's going on with the humidity. So, and also, welcome to meteorological autumn. Okay, meteorological autumn is the months of September, October, and November. So meteorological summer is June, July, August. Then September, October, November for meteorological autumn. For meteorological spring, winter, December, January, February. And then for spring, March, April, and May. And those are more centered on seasonal changes in weather, whereas the traditional seasons are based on astronomical seasons are based on the position of the sun. So welcome to meteorological autumn. And if your house is like mine with all the dry weather, I've got trees shedding leaves so quickly, it's hard to keep up with them. All right, here is the satellite radar loop. And what you see on the satellite radar loop there is that cloud cover is just going away. Okay, it is heading off to the south and east. Now, still a little bit of cloud cover left in our far southern counties, but even the far southeastern county, Lewis County, around Kinnickinnick, Vanceburg, and that Rose Hill, you'll see absolutely beautiful weather for this afternoon. Now, temperatures as of 11 a.m. Look like this, okay, and we are talking again about temperatures that are in the 70s. Now, Hamilton, the Butler County Regional Airport, and Lunken Airport have already both made it up to 80. And that tells me that even though we have a high temperature officially of 88, which applies to CVG, that there will be some spots around the tri-state that make it to 90. But with lower humidity, with a fresh breeze, with plenty of sunshine, it is just going to be a really, really great day around the tri-state. Okay, so take a look at what the dew point temperatures are like. Look at that. We made it down into the 50s. CVG, the dew point has dropped to 59 officially. Same at Harrison. 58 in Middletown, 59 in Springboro. Now, notice even in Batesville, right up here in Batesville, the dew point is 68. Over here in Lebanon, 64. These are specific microclimates. Batesville and Lebanon, both those airports where they make those observations, are surrounded by crops. Crops transpire moisture. So not only do you get humidity from evaporating moisture from the soil, but you get it transpired by the crops. And when you have airports surrounded, small airports surrounded by crops, you get those microclimates with high dew points. But 59 in Harrison, 59, even down to 61 at Lunken Airport, 58 in Middletown, Springboro, the dew point's down to 59. Usually when the dew point hits 60 on the way up, you begin to feel it. By the time it hits the mid-60s, it's kind of sticky. Well, when the dew point's in the 50s, it's generally really nice. So we're already out of that really horrible humidity, and it looks like it's going to stay that way for a while. Okay, now, just FYI, I do this a little differently than Ashley or Ethan Emery do. I will go through my whole show here, and then I will go to Facebook and take comments and questions if you have any. So the high temperature yesterday made it to 88. That's what we have in the forecast today. But yesterday was the first day that didn't hit 90 after a 7-day streak of 90s. We had a couple 94s, a 95, a 98, a 97 in there. I mean, it was hot for a while. The longest streak of days in a row with 90-degree or hotter high temperatures, 17 days back in 1868, 1901, and 2011 around the tri-state. And there's a degree symbol there after 2011. I don't know how that got there. But take a look at this. I'll show it to you full screen. These are the dew points as we head through the next couple days. Actually, the next 7. In the 40s for Labor Day and for Tuesday. Back up into the 50s for Wednesday and Thursday. But as you just mentioned, 50s still nice. Back into the middle 60s for Friday. And we do have the chance for a few showers in that part of the week, but don't count on getting much. And then back down to the 40s for next weekend. So next weekend looks like another great day. And don't forget, tomorrow is Labor Day, where we celebrate the great accomplishments of the American worker. So here's your forecast for today. We should make it up to about 88. 83 is the normal high. Normal low is 62. Now the record high, 102. 45, the record low, will be close to neither of those. But 88, but with that 88, consider the fact that there'll be a nice little light breeze. The humidity will be down. There'll be plenty of sunshine, and it all adds up to a great day in the tri-state. Okay, so now here's what happens. So you're looking at this, what you're seeing here, this blue represents the dry, pleasant air that's coming in. Notice we're kind of in between this morning. We are seeing the dew, and this is the actual temperature. So watch what happens as we head through the next few days. You can see we're in the blue right on there into Wednesday, but Wednesday the blue kind of pulls back to the north. We get a little bit more humid as I showed you on that graph, and we get a few showers in the tri-state possibly. Don't get excited, not enough rain to make a difference. As we're looking at Friday, there's a front coming through. You can see that line of showers there from northeast Ohio down to the southwest. So the chance of showers on Friday as dry air moves in, and then look at the cooler, drier air flooding. Look at the darker blue right over us. If this comes true, we may have a couple of chilly mornings for next weekend. And so it's a gift from our friends in Canada, eh? That nice dry air coming back to the tri-state. Okay, right now 78 degrees. Right now, of course, that's the 11 a.m. temperature at CBG. Sunset this evening at 8:10, and if you're heading down to Riverfest to the fireworks in the 70s with a nice breeze out of the north. Overnight, we're looking at low temperatures right around 60. The sun's up tomorrow morning at 7:07. Now, here's what the Climate Prediction Center says. Now, recall what we just saw. Okay, you've got to keep all these different factors coming in. We've got some nice dry air coming in now and somewhat cooler temperatures when you see the 7-day. And then we saw what happens when we get into next weekend, and this kind of reflects that. So back to full screen. So a big area of cooler than normal weather through the 11th of September, through the 15th, pretty much the same, cooler than normal over most of the eastern U.S., and then we go to the 3 to 4 week outlook, and you see that most of the country warmer than normal. The far west will be near normal, hot from West Texas, southern and West Texas, on up into the Denver area, but warmer than normal for us once we get to the 14th to the 27th. Now, if we look at the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, drier than or near normal, and I've been telling, whenever I do the 7:15 weather streaming live, I've been telling people that with all the dry weather we've had, with all the heat we've had, everything is really dry, and near normal precipitation like in here is just not going to make a big difference. We need to get a stretch of time, maybe a week or two, with above normal precipitation, and as you're going to see here, that is just not in the forecast. So look at all that drier than normal weather up to the north and west. It moves even farther south and east through the 15th of September, so we get drier and drier and drier as time goes on. And then as we head to the 3 to 4 week outlook, that goes to the 27th of September, near to drier than normal. It just does not look like we've got a stretch of wetter than normal weather coming our way. And so if you've been watering your lawn, if you've been watering your garden, and for farmers, I just don't know what to tell you. I mean, obviously, we don't irrigate around here because usually we have enough rain, but for farmers, it's not a good situation. But you'll have to continue to water that lawn. You'll have to continue to water that garden to keep everything healthy going into the winter season. Okay, here's your 7-day forecast. We're looking at high today of 88, low tonight 60, 79 tomorrow, 80 on Tuesday with lows in the 50s for both Tuesday and Wednesday morning. And the rest of the 7-day forecast, filtered sunshine at an 85 on Wednesday. Remember, the humidity stays nice. And then a slight chance of showers Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. As we head through those days, it does begin to get cooler once again. And then just to give you an idea of how the humidity is going to go, take a look at these graphs I prepared. Okay, the dew point temperatures drop off into the 50s today. They already have in many locations. And then tomorrow they drop even farther into the 40s. And so we've got a comfy couple of days coming our way. And that's good news because Monday is Labor Day and things look good there. And when we go beyond the 7-day forecast, notice that you don't see much rain out there. You do see temperatures that are at or cooler than normal. Normal high now is 83, so by the time we get to the 11th, 83 will be a little bit above normal. So near normal, but it will average out cooler than normal for that 7-day stretch. And then when we get to the 7-day plus forecast, we'll put the normals on there, and you can see that we're near normal, both the high and the low side for a little while. Okay, so let's do this. I'm on camera 1 now, different camera, because I've got my Diet Mountain Dew. Anybody that watches knows that I drink Diet Mountain Dew, and my throat's kind of dry, so excuse me for a second. And of course, I made a mess here in front of everybody, but life is that way. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go to the I'm going to go to, which one am I on here? Oh, okay, there we go. Now I'm on Facebook, see what kind of comments and questions we have, and then we'll wrap it up for the day. Michael D. Bay says, thumbs up. Yeah, Michael, I agree with you. This is great weather coming our way. And he said, it looks like we're going to need some morning jackets here soon. Yeah, I tell you what, if you've got a kid a child, that is going to school and has to wait for the school bus and temperatures are in the 50s, that might be jacket or sweater weather, that's for sure. And then Bob McElvain says, good morning, how's the weather treating you? Weather is treating me great. Now, I'm a meteorologist, so the weather always treats me well because if the weather's good, I can enjoy it. If the weather's bad, we call that job security because people need to know about the weather when the weather's bad. So, and for those of you that are looking for Ashley Smith, she's on vacation. She'll be back next week. Much deserved vacation, by the way. So, and she will be back next week. So, okay, let's see. Kim Webster. West Union is 76. They have their windows open and their fans going. And I tell you what, in West Union, the humidity is going to continue to drop, so it'll be really nice, Kim, later on. Okay, so Bob McIlvain, if I'm pronouncing that last name wrong, I apologize. Said, with all this humidity, will it cause the leaves to turn faster? And as temperatures drop in the autumn? Well, I tell you what, two things are happening. Now, it depends upon the trees that are around your hair, but at my house in Madisonville, we've got a lot of hackberry trees, okay? And hackberries are notorious for dropping leaves in droughty conditions. And one of the things that happens is that that's actually a survival mechanism for trees, because if there's a restricted amount of moisture, why waste all that moisture and extra leaves? If you can drop some leaves, it's kind of like cutting the budget, you know. If you can drop some leaves, you'll use less moisture, you'll have demand. So I've already got tons and tons of leaves everywhere in my yard. It's like fall, and they're all brown and crinkly. But yeah, probably so. With the hot weather, with the dry weather, with the humidity we've had, you'll probably see a lot of trees drop their leaves early, mainly because of the moisture. And right now, it's not really hopeful that we'll have a very brilliant fall as far as coloring goes, but there's always going to be some. Okay, and Mel Farmer said, "Are we done with the 90s for now?" Yeah, Mel, I think so. And I tell you what, even though we have had 90s on into October. I can look that up for you here while we're talking, but I think at least for 14 days. I don't see any coming for 14 days, and it'd be kind of rare, but it's happened. So give me a second here, and I will look up when the latest date we've ever had a 90 officially in Cincinnati is. So I know it's in October. So the latest date in the year that we have a record high in the 90s. We've had a high of 90 as late as October 9th. Now that was during the Dust Bowl. So we've had 95s. The record high on the 1st of October is 95. On the 2nd is 94. Same thing with the 3rd. And then we've had a high of 90 as late as October 9th. But I don't think we see that coming back. So to answer your question, Mel, yeah, historically or climatologically, we can have 90s in October. But right now, it doesn't look very likely that we're going to bounce back. We could because it's been so dry. And that let me help you make sense out of that. The drier the weather is, the easier it is to get hot. Okay, so let's say we have a couple weeks where we've had a lot of rainfall and then really hot air moves into the tri-state. A lot of the energy that comes in with that hot air, instead of going to warm the air up, it literally goes to evaporating moisture. And so the more moisture you have to evaporate, the less the temperature will rise. If we take it to what it is now, if we've had weeks and weeks with very dry weather, there's not a lot of soil moisture. So when the heat comes in, there's no moisture to absorb some of that heat when it evaporates, and so we end up getting hotter. And so I'd say, based on what we see with the models, I don't think we'll go to 90 again. However, if we get some hot air in here, because it's so dry, it'll be easy for it to make it to 90. So, but I think we're at least done with it for 2 weeks, so you got a break. And those are all the comments we have so far. All right, so tell you what, let me go back. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back over the forecast, and if I don't get any more comments on Facebook, we will call it a day. But and remember, I'm in this morning for Ashley Smith. She's on vacation. She'll be back with us next week. I haven't looked at the schedule, so I'm pretty sure she's back next weekend. All right, so let me go. I'm going to go back to the forecast for today, and then we'll just go through all that. That means there's several graphics out there here that you can use. So start off with, well, man, I didn't realize there were that many. Okay, and I'll go full screen right now. Okay, so today high temperature makes it up to 88. Now the normal high today is 83. Normal low is 62. So we're looking at temperatures 5 degrees above normal. But as the humidity drops off, we get a little bit of a breeze, we get a lot of sunshine. It'll be a great day. And tomorrow morning, I've got a forecast low of 60, so we're going to be a little bit cooler than normal by tomorrow morning. I hit the wrong button. Didn't mean to go back, put my face back on the air. Okay. So here's the evening forecast for those of you planning on going to the Riverfest fireworks celebration. Sun sets at 8:10. They usually put the fireworks on around 9. It's 78 right now. It'll make it up to the upper 80s and drop back into the low 70s by the time you're heading home from those fireworks. So perfect evening. Notice a little bit of a breeze out there from the north. With low humidity, be a great evening for the fireworks. And then overnight, that low is 60. Now, normal low by tomorrow morning is 62, so we'll be a little cooler than normal tomorrow morning. Okay, and again, Climate Prediction Center says from the 7th to the 11th of September, cooler than normal. Cooler than normal from the 9th to the 15th, and then from the 14th to the 27th, back to warmer than normal in the tri-state. Okay. Precipitation-wise, near normal to below normal precipitation from the 7th to the 11th. Precipitation outlook doesn't get any better. 9th to the 15th, below normal and even drier than the previous part of the forecast. And then near normal precipitation for the Fox 19 Now viewing area from the 14th through the 27th. So what we are looking at here, we are looking at basically really, really dry weather and very little, if any, improvement in the soil moisture situation. So your 7-day forecast, 88 today. Now notice that the high temperatures stay low. Now 85 and 84 by Wednesday and Thursday will be a little bit above normal, but we're basically a little bit above or a little bit below normal through the 7-day forecast. And there's a slight chance of showers Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Each of those days, it's just hit and miss kind of stuff. Don't count on getting the rain you need. If you've got the choice of waiting to water your lawn or watering, just go ahead and water it because the chances are you will not get the rainfall you need. Beyond the 7-day forecast, looks like this. It goes from the 9th to the 15th, so we're already talking about the middle of the month. Notice we don't have any rain in there until we get to maybe the 15th. Now, I think the 13th and the 14th have a small chance of a shower, but again, we're in the same situation. We don't have any rain you can count on through the middle of the month, and so it just gets drier and drier and dustier and dustier. And if you want to see what that looks like temperature-wise compared to normal, there are the highs, there are the forecast lows, the normal lines here. So we're near normal as we head on into the middle of the month. Basically then, what we're talking about is the dry, warm weather continuing around the tri-state. Now I'm going to quickly check, see if there are any more comments or questions on Phil. Oh yeah, we got a few here. Let's see. Maria Teresa, hello, or Marie Teresa, I'm sorry, Marie Teresa. Hi, thanks for the compliment. And well, Robert Hubbard, I don't think Facebook liked your S ... but I'll read it. Thanks for the break, but when do we get rid of this stuff? Okay, all together. So we're actually getting rid of the hot weather after today. I mean, it stays at or below normal, as I just showed you, for 14 days. Probably that's the end of 90s too, but oh, and is it going to be as windy, Robert wants to know? Yeah, well, it'll be breezy, but we don't have any real big winds coming our way. Gene Laws, hello, how are you? I hope you have a great weekend. Okay, that's it. Thank you for joining me, and remember, this is typically the show that Ashley Smith does. She started, it's her show. I'm subbing today because she's on vacation. I hope I gave you the information you need. Thanks for watching, and thanks for participating. And again, you can see this. Ethan Emery will have his show live tonight, the same place you're seeing this one, at 6 p.m. Ethan's a native of Highland County, loves weather, and does a great job. And he's a meteorologist from Ohio University out in Athens. And then every Monday through Friday at noon, we have a show, live show. You can find it in the same place you found this one. And then every Monday through Friday at 7:15 p.m., we have another weather show that you can find in the same location as this. So it's basically Facebook, YouTube. You can find it on our weather app. You can find it on our news app, on the Fox 19 website, and you can get it on Roku, Apple TV. Now, I have Apple TV built into a Roku TV set, so you can't do it that way. If you have the little box, the little black box, you can get it on Apple TV. So thanks for joining me. Have yourself a nice Sunday, and Ashley Smith is back next weekend.